Hey beautiful, welcome to Dr. Sarah's Café. This is a Tuesday tarot reading for the general collective. It is timeless, so whenever you watch, if the message is resonating, then it's for you at that time. And even though I post these every Tuesday, they could play out for longer than a week, several weeks, months, and maybe even years into the future. Again, this is for all zodiac signs, anyone who is drawn to this video. My intention is that you get some insight, nugget, wisdom, help, assistance, some healing from this reading. And I'm going to unpack the flavor of the week, which was introduced in the weekly refill on Sunday. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out. And the flavor of the week was disillusion and dissolution. So I might put those words on the screen. They're homonyms or slight homonyms. But one is disillusion, so being removed, having the illusion removed. So you might have been under the illusion of something and then that illusion vanishes. It's like that. And then dissolution is like dissolving something, so taking something apart. And I came up with that flavor for the week because we got the Tower card. There's some astrology going on this week as well, but with the Tower card and the root of air, which was the Page of Swords, all part of the ingredients that made up the flavor of the week. Though that was the vibe, right? The flavor I got combining, synthesizing that oracle message and the astrology. So we're going to do a full tarot reading to see what more insights we can get from that. Eight of Swords and Death as I cut the deck. Just going to unpack through a general full tarot reading and see what additional messages want to come through for this flavor of disillusion and dissolution. Okay, that was fast. The Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, I'm using the Crow Tarot deck. So that has to do with collaborative learning, developing new skills. I'm going to get more cards before I put together the entire message. What additional details can you give us here for disillusion and dissolution? The Seven of Wands. Let's get a few more. We have the Four of Swords. And one more. There we go. Three of Cups. Knight of Swords, bottom of the deck. Okay. Three of Cups. So this looks like a disruption in a social setting, a group setting. The people that you work with, the people you socialize with, overlap between friends and colleagues, classmates and friends, etc. And there being a pivot or a readjustment is what I'm getting with the Seven of Wands. There's a readjustment here. And you notice in this depiction, the crow is up on the ledge there, and their wand is glowing, and there are other crows beneath them trying to get to them, trying to distract them. So something could be trying to distract you from your work. Something could be trying to distract you from a larger purpose. And so with this Four of Swords, there could be a need to pull back, a need to sort of reflect on your relationship dynamics. I said it before, but the Three of Cups has been coming out in almost every Tuesday tarot. Okay, so, I haven't gone back recently to watch all of them, but I feel like if I watched them all, we would see the Three of Cups in like 90% of them. This also, because we have two threes, this also represents a calming influence. So that's emphasizing that Four of Swords energy, where there is some disruption, but I don't feel like it's a complete destruction, right? So it's interesting that we had the Tower this week in the weekly refill, because this is almost like after the Tower, where you see the truth and you sort of stand in that truth with the Seven of Wands, and you're just reflective of it, because the Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak and the disappointment. So what we're seeing here in this follow-up tarot reading is your like the aftermath of that, like what comes after that Tower, the disillusion, the dissolution, right? So the disintegrating of relationships, the disillusion about who's really on your team versus who's not, the truth, seeing the truth and having realizations and revelations about your tribe, like who is really supportive of your dreams and your goals. And I don't mean that people who aren't supportive are malicious. Excuse me, I'm trying to get comfortable. It's not that they're malicious. They might just be a distraction, right? Like they might have the best intentions, but maybe they just are not going in the same direction as you. Maybe their vision for their life is so different from yours that it's just a mismatch. It's misaligned. Okay. The Knight of Swords does suggest that there's a conversation there, and it could have been a difficult conversation. So the overall energy, and you have two knights, Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Yeah. So someone had to, and it could be you, someone had to like be honest and forthright and very direct. This is a very direct conversation. And the Knight of Pentacles to me reflects like your commitment to the boundary that you're setting out, right? Like you're establishing a new mode of communication or a new way of interacting, this would be like if you're on the job and people have been slacking off, or you found that people were out of integrity for some reason, or they were underperforming for whatever reason. It's like you really get serious about what the expectations are, right? And you stick to those. Another way that this could show up is you realize that you realize in who's not really on your team. I also want to emphasize that you also see clearly who is. It's like it draws you closer to the people who really mean you well. So whatever fallout happens in your relationships, it also solidifies the healthy relationships. It also reinforces the healthy relationships. So this is not saying that no one in your life now is going to be in your life tomorrow. So some relationship pivots are going to happen, but also there's going to be a pivot towards greater commitment to the good ones, right? Like greater camaraderie amongst the people on the team, or the people in the family, the people in the friendship circle who really get it and who really are on the same page and who really want the best for everyone involved. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. And we have all of the elements here, which is nice. We have earth, fire, air, and water. That's pretty cool too. So really, really balanced here. And it's all minor arcana. So it's interesting because based on the weekly refill, it seemed pretty intense, right? With the tower and the dissolution and the details coming out that reveal something, or that create this revelation. So I guess bottom line is that this is a pretty positive set of cards so far, considering that we have the tower this week. Okay. What can you tell us about this Three of Pentacles, please? Two of Swords. So you're making a decision about who you're collaborating with, about what your course of study, what class you're going to take, what internship you're going to take, who you're going to hire. This could be a decision about who you're going to bring onto the team, or if you are going to join a team or not. We have the Father of Swords as well. So a lot of earth sign, almost the entire air sign. Because we have the Page of Swords from the weekly refill. And in this reading already, we have the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So the entire family of air signs is present. So there's a lot of communication going on. There's a lot of conversation, a lot of decision making, a lot of sorting out the truth, sorting out facts, looking at fact versus fiction, being discerning. It's going to take a lot of discernment this week as you process and think through whether or not you're going to stay with the team, whether or not you're going to join a team, whether or not you're going to hire someone and bring them onto the team or into the group, or whether you're going to fire someone or, kind of kick them out of the group chat, right? So this could be professional and platonic for sure, about some kind of team or group dynamic where It's very clear now to you, because of this Tower, what you do and do not want in terms of like who's involved and who's invited to the cookout. All right, let's look at this 7 of Wands. Okay. Double 7 of Wands. So double confirmation there. A double Queen of Swords. Okay. And Tower. Queen of Swords and Tower again. And then here we have 7 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Magician. Ooh. 7 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Magician. So this, if you're making a decision about who to work with or who to partner with, who to collaborate with, it's very clear who, like, this person is untouchable. Like, no one can compete with them, right? No one on the team, none of the other applicants, no one else auditioning for the part, no one else throwing their hat in their ring or applying for the gig has the level of experience, skills, can do the job as well as they can. Like, this is an extremely talented person, and they are passionate and they are fiery and they are confident, and that could present a threat to some people, right? This is also you. If it's you, it's also a reminder to not let people distract you from your purpose, to not let people diminish or dim your light. Okay, you see how this is, this version of the 7 of Wands, it's a fire. It's like a candle being lit in the dark, and all the wands sort of fall to the side. You have to have the confidence and the courage to let your light shine bright and not try to dim your light to make the other people around you feel comfortable. So this is looking very professional for someone, or like very much about your skills or your talents or your gifts or your career, your profession, your project, your creative endeavor, and making decisions about who's on the team and who's not on the team. So for some of you, you are applying to be on a team, or you're the one that people might be considering for an application. And for others of you, you're making the decision. You're in the position to decide, okay, who am I going to cast in this play, or who am I going to hire as my assistant or choose as a business partner? Okay. So clearly, either you or the person you're looking to work with is so skilled and sort of beats the competition by a long distance. Okay. And they're very, very creative too with this Ace of Wands and the Magician. This is the start of a very passionate, fertile, invigorating, exciting new endeavor, whether it's like a new play or a new art piece or just a new business or a new law practice, right? I'm really focused on this Magician because it's the only major arcana that's come out so far. So it's just really, for me, emphasizing the level of skill and mastery that you or the person you're partnering with has in this situation. So as you're making the decision, I think the decision is clear here, right? And so ask yourself, what's stopping you from making the decision? Because it's pretty obvious about who to work with, who's the right partner, who is qualified, more than qualified for this. So there's something, for some reason, blocking that choice here. I might clarify a little further, but let's see what comes out with this 4 of Swords. Tell me more about this 4 of Swords energy. The Sun. Ooh, we like that. So this works out well. And we have the 8 of Pentacles bottom of the deck. So this is you thinking about your choices, your decisions about who you're going to align with. Most likely in a professional, career, purpose, mission way, but also some social aspects. We'll get to the 3 of Cups in a second. But this says that you're happy about it. You're really, really happy. For some of you, you're going on vacation. Like after this milestone, whatever this milestone is with this decision in this group or this creative project or this initiative, it's enough for you to take some days off, take some time off, right? With the 4 of Swords and the Sun. For others of you, it's just you feeling really content and happy with the choices you've made and feeling like, oh, if I hadn't lost that thing or that person, or if they hadn't quit, or if I hadn't been fired, then I would have never found this new opportunity in work and career. The Eight of Pentacles is also a work card. And for me, the Eight of Pentacles in this deck is always about your your efforts, your past efforts paying off in the present. So the spider weaves its web and it just has to wait for the results, right? So it's like you wove a web a while ago and now something's finally catching in the web. You're finally seeing the benefit of having put in the work to weave your web a while back. And it might have taken a while for your web to catch your next meal, right? But it's here now. You've caught it. And that brings you some relief. That brings you some contentment and some peace. It brings you some peace for sure. Also, in this depiction, the Eight of Wands speaks to like a network, right? I'm getting like the web and how it spreads out. So there could be something about your network with these threes here, these social cards, these collaborative group cards. It's definitely speaking to the health of your network, the quality of your network. That phrase, your network is your net worth, that seems to be relevant in this context. And I also get that I get a lot when this card comes out. Your networking and the connections that you've done in the past are starting to bear fruit now, they help you in this situation. Okay, now let's see what this Three of Cups is all about. Can you tell us about the Three of Cups? Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles clarifies the Three of Cups. So that to me speaks to the message coming full circle, the message being complete. So the last card is clarified by the first card, basically, is what we have here. We do have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And we have the Devil beneath that. And we have the King and Queen of Swords again with the Tower. So for some of you, you struggle to find your people. You struggle to find a work situation or a creative community where you felt like you belonged, where you felt like you fit in, or where you felt like you could thrive and prosper. And you find that. You find that with this energy. I don't know if it's going to happen this week for you or if it's going to play out over the next month or a few months. If anything, it would be a few weeks, at least a few weeks, right? For this situation to fully play out and to get through the phases of this situation. Yeah, so for you, you have to allow yourself to believe that there's a place for you. There's a place where you belong. There's a workplace. There's a community. There's, a location, a business, a neighborhood, right? Where you fit in, where you do belong. And with this King and Queen of Swords coming back out, for some of you, you could find like the purpose, the perfect business partner. This could also be like mentors, teachers, counselors, guidance, advisors. So there could be an older couple. They may or may not be air signs, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but they might be an older, wiser couple that counsels you, that gives you advice and guidance. And they could even tap their network, right? This could be part of your network here. This older, wiser couple who's had success. They've seen a lot of people come and go. They've had experience in the thing that you're working through, and they might come through for you in some way. And it might be surprising. It might be unexpected or shocking. Okay. All right. I think that's a pretty straightforward, simple message. I like it. I haven't had as many explicitly like work, career, creative, passion readings. I was gonna try to read it for like friends and romance, but I'm not really feeling that as much. But I'm also realizing I haven't clarified the Three of Cups. So this is what I was saying earlier about you find camaraderie amongst the people that you're working with. It's like you're learning and growing and thriving and becoming successful and using your skills and your talent and your craft in a community of people who are very loving and caring, and they're just really, really positive vibes, right? Like you enjoy your coworkers, you enjoy doing the work with these people. All right. So be sure to watch the weekly refill if you haven't, my dears. I hope that this has helped you to refill your spiritual cup in some way, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hey, it's not the same.